the recent job-seeking spree that the president has been on. Out of that entire schedule, Mr. Speaker, 60% had secured jobs as housemates. Housemates. We are exporting housemates. We are manufacturing housemates. Mr. Speaker, what kind of education system is that? South Africa, the education system has produced and exported Elon Musk. He's now the richest man in the world. The Indian education system has produced and exported executives of tech companies globally. Kenya has produced and exported housemaids to Saudi Arabia and Qatar. It is a big shame. That is the state of education in this country. Mr. Speaker, I believe that if there is a crisis that we need to deal with today, it is the education crisis that is manifested in strikes at all levels, from primary to secondary to universities. A university funding model that does not make sense, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude on the issue of the state of healthcare, as raised by Senator Mwaruma. Senator Mwaruma, some of these strikes by our doctors, they relate to delays in exchequer releases. But sometimes the county governments deduct money from staff and they do not remit. Mr. Speaker, if you allow me just 1 minute to inform Senator Sifuna, who was very hard on CS Mbadi earlier in the morning. It is unfortunate I was not here to provide that information at that point. Mr. Speaker, CS Mbadi, after meeting the president, had an appointment with his tailor. Yesterday, there was a national outcry about the state of his suits and that he had cut his suits, the cloth too big for his size. And Mr. Speaker, if you all observe, CS Mbadi looks emaciated, he looks stressed, he looks fatigued. Mr. Speaker, we should all pray for CS Mbadi so that his suits can fit him again. We donated him when he was in good health. We donated him when his suits could fit him. In only 2 weeks, Mr. Speaker, CS Mbadi, yes, the suits cannot fit because of the state of the economy.
Senator Gloria, what is your
Please give us back our Mbadi.
Mr. Speaker, I am an amateur at this house. My point of order is on 101. And I have been learning through these senators on how to conduct myself in this house, a house of procedure, a house of rules, a house of mature people, Mr. Speaker. It is very saddening. 101, kindly refer to your standing order 101.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, let me...
Execute your point of
yes,
order.
Mr. Speaker, it is very sad when some of us, young people, come here and we observe these other senators breaking the rules, acting misleading, acting very immature, Mr. Speaker, to come to the point of coming to discuss a cabinet secretary's dress code, a man discussing the dress code of another man in chambers, Mr. Speaker. It is shocking, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I want to also say, just allow me to conclude by saying, I wish had Senator Tom Ojen, had Senator Kajwang, if he stood up to tell us that now, after his very extensive point of who we are exporting, Mr. Speaker, and by the way, housemaids are not kazi ni kazi, Mr. Speaker. All jobs are dignified. I wish that this senator stood and said that the cabinet secretary was busy working and creating more jobs of engineers also, but he has come to discuss the dress code of another man, Mr. Speaker. We need to, first of all, investigate the intention and the interest of Senator Kajwang to discuss and looking at other men and discussing their dress code, Mr. Speaker.
That's good enough.
Mr. Speaker, it is very strange. As a woman, it is very strange that I come here. He should apologize. As women, we are not complaining. As women who are looking at this cabinet secretary and his dress code, we are not complaining. What is Senator Kajwang looking for in the dress code of our cabinet secretary, Mr. Speaker? He must withdraw and apologize. That is a dignified cabinet.
You know, when the chair talks to you, Senator Gloria, you should just listen and pause. And the cracks in front